Patty, put a couple Jedi in there.
That's if it's like
that's all. That's all she has to do.
No, let me say, Patty 100. I'm gonna let her know. If you're able to put a couple of Jedi in your movie, they don't have to be the main focus.
Just a Jedi.
Choo, and you see them motherfuckers having a battle. Is that Obi-Wan? What the freak is that?
Yeah, right. Just a little. Just shit.
Just little
fly over the plane.
Just little tie-ins and shit like that. Patty, what you got here is you dealing with Star Wars fans. Now these motherfuckers are crazy, and they're dumb as too. And what I mean by dumb, I mean gullible. That means they eat whatever the Star Wars is on the plate. It could be slop, but you don't deliver slop.
No.
You could deliver a whole feast out here. And you could put the little Easter eggs that make them come and jizz, lightsaber, Jedi, tying into the freaking prequels,
you could be
tying to the original trilogy.
You could be leaving, do that Darth Vader shit.
Patty, I know you want to one off it, but throw some tie-ins in there. I'm typing in Patty Jenkins in my Google because people on the live chat says there's Patty Jenkins news.
3 hours ago.
Okay, so Star Wars Rogue Squadron back in development. Patty Jenkins says, "Hey." Patty Jenkins says her previously shelved Star Wars project Rogue Squadron is back in development. The Wonder Woman director shared the update during an interview with the Talkie Pictures podcast. It's a surprising update for those who thought the fighter pilot focused spinoff would never land. But Jenkins says she's at least back writing a draft now that her schedule has opened up. Quote, When I left Star Wars to do Wonder Woman 3, and I started working on that, we talked about, well, maybe I'll come back to Star Wars after Wonder Woman 3. So we started a deal for that to happen. Then she said, when Wonder Woman 3 went away, Lucasfilm and I were like, oh, we've got to finish this deal. We finished the deal right as the strike was beginning. So now I owe a draft of Star Wars. Ooh, yeah. I mean, listen, Patty Jenkins doing the Rogue Squadron, the Passage Project. You know, her father was a fighter pilot in the war. And it's another one of those passion projects for her. And then, you know, I was so excited when they dropped it. When did they drop that announcement? Around 2020?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. She
showed
the jet
trailer
and everything like that flying. Yeah.
Listen, I want to react.
We
to
still
that
got
again.
that on.
Let's do that. Is that it was at Disney Investor Day. Here it is.
Yep.
Yes, this was so boss.
I love to move fast and speed of any kind. I think that that's because I grew up the daughter of a great fighter pilot, and every day I would wake up and go outside and look up and see my father and his squadron taking off and their F-4s roaring across the sky, and it was the most thrilling thing still I've experienced in my entire life. So when he lost his life in service to this country, it ignited a desire in me to turn all of that tragedy and thrill into one day making the greatest fighter pilot movie of all time. But try as I might and look as I did, I couldn't find the right story ever. I kept looking and looking, but I just couldn't find the right one until now. Now I found a movie about two things I love. So I'm going to see you very soon.
Oh, that's tight.
That was lit.
Hey, that's nice.
We should have got that a long time
So
ago,
freaking lit, bro. She was like, Jody, something's happening. You know what I'm saying? Watch this. She up to the time, and I was like, oh, I didn't have no idea. But when that news came out, I was like, oh my God, Patty, do you know how big this is? Oh my God. And then all that stuff happened. Yeah, so like she said, the Wonder Woman 3 thing really effed a lot of shit up, bro. She came back to Warner Brothers to do Wonder Woman 3. Like she did 84, she was done. She could have went
elsewhere.
Did her Disney shit.
Yeah.
Do her Rose, but then that trilogy bug was calling her name. Plus, a lot of people said what they said about 84. They love it or like it or don't.
Yeah. It's
like when you have that third film, you could be a trilogy director. Mm-hmm. People wanted you. All right, Then she went against that to go back to do Wonder Woman 3. And then James shelved that shit. We're not doing it because we got something else planned or whatever. You guys know the situation that happened between James, Patty, Warner Brothers, Mike DeLuca.
That power
Patty,
struggle.
all that whole entire
They changed everything up.
shift. Everything changed. The Wonder Woman 3 news, the Wonder Woman 3 film went away with the Black Adam, Dwayne Johnson running the universe, all the power structure, all that went away. The Snyder, all of it was gone. Then it was like, oh wow. So here she's saying, I freed up space to do Wonder Woman 3, which is about 2 years. And now I'm not doing Wonder Woman 3, so I got this space and they're already doing their thing or whatever. Kathleen said, well, and think about it if you're Star Wars. We got you to do Squadron. Now you're telling me I want to do Wonder Woman 3. Can I finish? I'm going to go finish that and I'll come back. And then you're like, all right, Patty, go back to Warner Brothers and finish your 3. Disney got to kind of move on. They got to figure out what they're going to do. So then the news was like, it was never canceled. Rogue Squadron was never canceled. I want you guys to know that. Rogue Squadron was always
shelved.
Going to be a thing. But it's just about when. You know, obviously, contracts expire and all that. Yeah, but the timing is what really messed it all up. So when she went to do Wonder Woman 3 and Star Wars like, oh, fuck, we got to do our own thing. And then it's like, okay. They came, was like, yo, you want to do it? As she said herself, you want to do it? She said, let's do it. So let's do it, bruh. So, hey, Star Wars is trash. I'm going to keep it 1,000.
We all know.
I hate the state that Star Wars is in right now.
Can Patty save
Number
it?
one reason why. Kathleen Kennedy is a menace to free filmmaking and agendas out of movies. Agendas could be good. They could be bad. They could be negative. They could be manipulative. But her agenda is a terrible one. She doesn't give respect to men. She puts women over men. The inequality. What Patty believes in is contradictory to what Kathleen Kennedy believes in. Now understand, they're both feminists. I mean, I'm one, bro. I believe that, women and men should have equal opportunity, all that stuff, right? But there's like that toxic femininity, bro. That radicalized one. That's not, the true feminists would want to highlight women and men. Kathleen just wants to highlight women at the expense of the men. And that's the big difference. And Patty don't ride with that, bro. So it's going to be interesting to see what she has to deal with, what this movie's going to be about. What characters are going to be in this movie. I got to be honest. I'm worried. Not because Patty can't do this. I'm worried because I know that she has a boss who's likes to micromanage people who has this terrible agenda within Disney Star Wars.
Well, we all know, like, back then, we know back then, like, it was a situation, because this movie was supposed to have been out a long time ago. And the thing is, though, is like, Kathleen and all the rest of them was doing shit, and we knew that movie stopped from that. So obviously something must have happened where Patty ended up talking to them, got some situation together. Maybe lawyers was involved, maybe whatever that happened, and now they got this movie on point. They got this movie, full speed ahead, because we know that she likes to take over shit. She likes to destroy shit. She don't know shit about Star Wars at all. But Patty being an Army brat, being a Navy brat and everything like that, her coming with a different take of Star Wars.
It's still
different.
I understand what you're saying. Like, she's a real one. She is. She's the most greatest freaking person that I know in Hollywood, bro. Like, she's fantastic. She befriended me when she didn't have to, bro. And at her heart, at her soul, her core, she's amazing. She's legit. She's 100% genuine, bro. And I love that about her. And that's why I want you guys to love that about her, because she's really a real person. I'm certified, bro. I'm real as it gets out here, bro. But I'm trying to tell you that real recognize real, and Patty's a real one. I was just hanging with her not too long ago. I was at a little event of hers that she threw, that she invited me to, and I got to meet her. And by the way, she looks even better than she did 3 years ago in this trailer, bro. She's like even thinner.
She looks less stressed. She looks
bro,
like
she looks nice, bro. I met her amazing husband, bro. Big, tall, handsome motherfucker. I get it. Tight. But I gotta say, I understand. But directors of the like of J.J. Abrams couldn't deal with Kathleen.
Okay, oh ye with little faith. But I think
Kathleen was making J.J. Abrams' life hell.
But
he quit, didn't he?
He said, "Freaking you direct the shit."
Yeah, he
then.
quit.
He had a clash. And the douchebag, what's the douchebag that did Last Jedi? He does the Knives Out shit. He did Looper. He directed Looper. He directed the Knives Out. He directed Glass Onion. Ryan Johnson. Very good. Ryan Johnson. Another cuck. Another man that just warps to whatever Kathleen put on him.
Mm-hmm. So,
these are directors who, especially when I'm talking about JJ, high positions in Hollywood, still had to deal with the bullshit of Kathleen.
Because she wanted her power.
Patty has an uphill battle. And I want y'all to know that I told Patty, look out for Kathleen. It's in her ear. I told her this, I told her this years ago.
So I'm thinking Patty, if they know the director that they're hiring, because I don't think Patty's a puppet and she never portrayed herself as one. And I think Disney's in a state right now, especially with the Star Wars franchise, is not doing good. It's in like creative hell right now. And Patty knows that too. So I'm thinking they're going to, this is the chance to do it, because if she that one show, movie, whatever it is, that franchise, if she resurrects that, that's showing value to the Disney executives. So I'm thinking they wouldn't ask Patty to do this if they're going to compromise her. I don't think she'll do it. She'll just let Star Wars burn. I think she's coming to save it.
I agree with that. Definitely.
It's very hard to say no to Disney. When you do a Disney project, that's status. That's
you think
gates,
you think she's comparable to that? Like you said, I think she's more of a real human being. She's been jerked around before. I think if she couldn't do it the way she wanted, she wouldn't do it.
Yeah, because she was jerked around with this. This was supposed to have been out. This was supposed to have been out.
Yes, because of the timing messed it all up.
But it has a lot to do. We all know it had a lot to do with Kathleen.
I don't think Kathleen's going to be an issue. I don't think she's going to be an issue. I think she needs her. I think it's a situation where they need each other. Kathleen's going to get fired because Star Wars sucked.
Yeah, she got one more year, right?
She's on her way out. She's on her way out.
Yeah. So, hey, look, Patty's going to make her movie. It will be out in, another 2 years or 3 years. She's going to resurrect Disney.
Maybe and this is not Jedi, though. This is something totally different.
No, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
She's able to Star Wars. She's able to uplift this and to the point where people look positively on Star Wars.
Yes,
this will be the biggest come shot for Star Wars fans. Her name would be worldwide known for being.
And
should be in the history book.
She did it at DC. She put the DCEU on her back. Yeah. When Zach was making those bullshit, trash, non-fake bullshit Superman and Batman movies, she took Zach's effed up character, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, and made her something and put the DCEU on her. The DCEU would have been dead if it wasn't for Patty.
That's right.
She did that for the DC.
When they
if
created
Star Wars,
that's what
and is able to uplift Star. Look, if her movie just is loved by the fans,
that's it.
And
it's easy, and they're easy. Easy. So if she's able to balance the nerdism, the SJW crap, if she's able to pull that off and give us a feasible movie, a great one, hey, you know what? Disney might look at her and be like, you know what? Let's give this thing to you.
Here's the thing. When I studied film, there was a couple of movies that we looked at when it came to, because sometimes you can deliver a good movie even when someone's micromanaging you by other means through the acting and like interpretation. I could deliver a story to you that could be interpreted many ways. Kathleen Kennedy's effed up brain would be like, oh yeah, that's the woman being empowered. She's the leader right there. But it could be a character written of a woman who loves a man so dearly that she makes a sacrifice for him or something like that.
Right.
To the point where the viewer's like, wow, what an amazing woman who loves this man so much. That man meant a lot to her. So now you're kind of appeasing everybody.
That's a talent. That's a rare talent.
She has the ability to do that.
And many people can't do that.
She made me empathize with a serial killer, bro, in Monster. Like, she did that with Monster. How you make me sympathize with a woman who is murdering people, bro? But the love, the element, the motivation that was explained in the writing is what could make it happen.
I think she's gonna be okay. I think
I hope
if Star Wars is in a positive place,
It's
not
not.
in terms of their quote positive place. We know it's all bad, but if it was like the Star Wars The Force Awakens hype, if we were back then, if then she was doing Rogue Squadrons, I will be worried. But since Star Wars in the ditch is almost dead, she can single-handedly resurrect this franchise, and not even a Jedi. She ain't even directed a Jedi or a Force push yet.
Yeah,
Because I'm thinking that's coming down the line.
There will be no There could be Jedi in the movie. They could have some that.
If she give us this type of
it would be
Rogue
nice.
Nation, where it's kind of like a Top Gun type of shit.
Patty, put a couple Jedi in there.
That's if it's like
that's all. That's all she has to do.
No, let me say, Patty 100. I'm gonna let her know. If you're able to put a couple of Jedi in your movie, they don't have to be the main focus.
No, just a Jedi.
Choo, and you see them motherfuckers having a battle. They don't be one. What the freak is that?
Yeah, right. Just a little. Just shit.
Just little
fly
Easter
over the
eggs.
plane. Just
just little tie-ins and shit like that. Patty, what you got here is you dealing with Star Wars fans. Now these motherfuckers are crazy as shit, and they're dumb as shit too. And what I mean by dumb, I mean gullible. That means they eat whatever the Star Wars is on the plate. It could be slop, but you don't deliver slop.
No.
You could deliver a whole feast out here. And you could put the little Easter eggs that make them come and jizz, lightsaber, Jedi, tying into the freaking prequels,
You could be
tying
leaving,
to the original trilogy.
You could be leaving, do that
Patty,
Darth Vader shit.
Patty, I know you want to one off it, but throw some tie-ins in there.
Like you just simply a Jedi force push. They're running away. Oh, the Dark Jedi force push the ship. Oh, don't we get missed? Gone.
Yeah.
Just little tiny things, and I think she can resurrect this franchise. Give her a chance.
I don't know.
So what I'm saying is that I don't want to put a lot of pressure on the movie. Obviously, it should be its own thing.
Yep.
Get away from them Skywalkers. You don't want to tie it to Skywalkers and the new shit, obviously, but if you're able to throw some retro Jedi tie-ins that is independent from what we've been seeing, I think you're gonna. If you just make a pure Star Wars,
All she got to just be like, "Hey, what planet is that?"
Enough. It's enough. We're thirsty. We're dying of starvation out here. We're John Wick 3 in the desert after Halle Berry spit in the thing and there's nothing left. We're dry as shit out here.
Yeah.
But if we get, like I
We're a
said,
sponge in the Sahara Desert.
if we get,
We're
like,
Aquaman in the Lost Kingdom, bro. We need just sweat off my forehead will make this whole shit come alive.
if we get like her do a version or a different, of course, a different version, like how Top Gun was, and everybody like that. Everybody
Technical.
loves Top that, bro. If it's
Technical,
like
right?
like that, like we get the fighter, we get the jets, we get everything shot, all that shit. That's going
And
to make
we
everything go
learn-
insane without it, because I think the thing is that the same thing y'all saying, the Star Wars fanboys are probably saying too. Oh, it should be Jedis.
No,
Fuck that. The Jedi shit is over with. Let's do something else. I feel like they had that shit. They ruined the shit with the Jedi. She's giving us a totally different way of looking at things when it comes down to this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's always used to, when you think of Star Wars, you think of Jedi, you think Darth Vader, you think that. She's giving us a different way. We're getting air pilots and everything else is different. You know what I'm saying? Freak these goddamn Jedis. Let's do something else now. Since the wave is going like that, like
Star Wars will always be.
But what I'm saying is they fucked up the
Three
Jedis.
things.
Let's go past that. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna give us Jedis and reboot the whole shit and give us better.
Star Wars isn't Star Wars without
Jedi. Yeah.
True Star Wars. Just like superhero movies without a superhero. Ain't superhero movies, bro.
Like nobody care about Agent. What was that Agent movie? You remember they was running around that Marvel shit?
Shaft, freaking Samuel Jackson's bullshit he was
bullshit.
on. You need superheroes in superhero movies. We're watching it for them. The Jedis are the superheroes.
They ruined
of
the
these
Jedis
movies.
though. That's what I'm saying. If
No,
they
no,
gonna
no,
reboot
no.
it, let's do it better.
Jedis aren't ruined for me. I will always love them. You don't like Jedis.
Because of what
I
happened.
do.
Yeah, because of what
All
they
right,
did, bro.
You're done with Jedi. I'm not. I won't never be done with Jedi.
Okay, I'm not either.
What the freak? I need Jedi. If you're done with Jedi, why the freak you watching Star Wars?
A different take of it. A different take. It's
I
not the
got
same
you.
shit.
I got you. If there's Jedi in the movie, good. If there's none, fine. All I care is about is if the movie is good.
Yeah,
And I
same.
know that it will be good as long as she's able to do her thing. And the only thing that I'm worried about is Kathleen Kennedy. That won't change.
Or that damn mouse.
Patty, if you're able to do this, if you're able to get these Star Wars fans on your side,
I believe you, Patty.
you think that you...
Oh yeah, your name.
I've always said it.
Your name will be heralded.
I've
in
always
lights.
said this shit. Like, when it comes to the fandoms, and you think about the big three, the trinity of fandoms, it's Star Wars, Marvel, DC. And Marvel at its absolute best and DC at its absolute best still cannot compete with Star Wars.
Nope.
At its absolute best. The depth that is in Star Wars that you could pull out is just greater than, and it's the biggest fandom on the planet. It's Star Wars.
It reminds me of a certain anime.
So if you're able to get this fandom on your side, lots of pressure that she's reading.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. Your name is gonna be
immortalized.
Oh, yeah, Patty. Oh, what's she gonna do next? Oh. And she's a woman.
Look at it.
And she's a woman.
Look at it.
A female
look at it this way.
director.
No matter what the fans say, people love Steven Spielberg. People love Peter Jackson. But George Lucas will always be remembered. Even though he never won never won Best Director. Yeah. But his name will always be remembered because the fans will never let you forget it.
Yes. Shout out to Patty Jenkins for getting that. Yeah. Go ahead, Patty.
We believe in you, Patty.
Always knew this movie was coming, though.